probably hit overload within the first 24 hours and hasn't gone backwards since.
Yeah. Tell you what, I got, what, 3.5 hours of sleep last night. That's more than I've gotten for a while. I think my wife got about the same, but we're just exhausted.
Well, George, I don't have a whole lot else.
I wish there was more I could tell you guys. I mean, I don't know.
I don't have any doubt that you will. I would, you know, like I talked about when we sat down just now, this second part. If there's any way for you to convince Casey that as much as you want to worry about yourself,
Right.
it's not about yourself right now.
Yeah.
And that may or may not resonate within her.
Right.
She's at a place that you're not familiar with and I'm not familiar with.
I mean, I've, like you guys, you know, you arrest people and you put them in that circumstance, but do I go there and visit? No. Once they're there, they're there. I mean, everything else is handled, but yeah, this is hard.
Yeah, and I mean mentally as well as physically. She's in a place that we're not familiar with. She's doing things that you've never done, that I've never done, that nobody in your family's done that you know of.
Right. I mean, there's only been one family member who's ever been involved with any kind of, been behind in jail or something like that, and that's my oldest sister's son. But he's been involved in so much wild junk over the years, it's just unbelievable. Yeah. And they keep on assisting him and doing everything they can. But
and family has to help family. There's no doubt about that, but Caylee's family too.
Yeah, she's the most important part of our family, because I've already lived a pretty good life. Do I want to see it end right now? No, but I'd give my life up for her to walk in that door. Yeah. I'd give it right this second for her. That's how the way I feel, and my wife feels the same way. Because sure, I've done some stupid things in my life, but I've lived 50. I'm gonna be 57 in a little while. I'm telling you how old I am, which you probably already knew anyhow. You know, I want to be around a long time. I want to be around to see her go to her first prom. You know, I want to give her her first car. You know, I want to walk with her down to the mailbox again. All that stuff I want to do. You know? I want to see her for that 3rd birthday.
Casey holds those keys, George.
I wish there was someone I could talk to her more, but I can't. I mean, even the very first. That's another thing that it's really cruel. And I know you guys got a lot of other stuff to do, but when my daughter was first incarcerated, when she first was arrested, we didn't know anything about that. We found out through the media. Those guys told me when they took her away, Mr. Anthony, if stuff changes and she's not coming back, I will call you. I will give you a heads up. Never did. That was a little bit of a shock with us, because I figured professional courtesy, or at least some kind of responsibility, should have came through them. I understand, again, why they did it. I don't agree with it, but it happened. It's done. I can't change it. But through this whole situation, all we ever asked these guys was contact us, let us know what's going on. Every once in a while. I don't have to know specifically. You can't be specific. I don't know what you guys are doing. You guys aren't going to tell me what you're doing. And I can respect that. You guys have told me a couple things today that I understand about because of, you know, some of the background that I had. But it's just, I want to do more. Every lead that comes in, I want to go and take off. I want to go to Atlanta. I want to take off and go to New Jersey or Dallas. Or I can't be everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sorry if my wife came off tough.
No, you know what?
My wife is just very detailed. My wife loves my daughter. God, she adores our granddaughter. I mean, do I think my wife loves my granddaughter more than her daughter? No. It's just a different kind of love. It's a different kind of feelings and stuff. Every night we go and stand outside. The favorite thing that my granddaughter does before she goes to bed at night, she wants to go step outside. No matter if it's raining, it's cloudy or what. She wants to see the moon, the stars in the sky every night. That's hard not to do that with her right now. That's hard. So I wish just some more stuff I could remember. I've given you the information about Ryan. Great guy. Like I said, he was this guy that I'd love to see my daughter with.
Keep thinking about everything that happens. Listen, pay attention to what's going on.
I've been trying to write stuff down. And
you know, if I can give you any guidance at all, if it doesn't make sense, trust your intuition. Right. It is what it is when things get told to you. You know, you're clouded a little bit right now because you want to believe that this is going to have a good ending, and so do I. I mean, I've done these too many times already. Right. And I've had, there's only 3 outcomes in these situations. The good one, the bad one, and the really bad one where you don't know it all. And I've had all 3 of them. And what you gotta remember is that when you're getting information in, doesn't make sense. Is it plausible? Is it plausible in the real world, not in where I am right now? And that's the hardest thing for everybody to do, because we all want to.
Right. Did Cindy tell you about the lady who I talked to at the Publix Plaza for an hour and 20 minutes? Did she tell you about that? The lady in Chiliota? Yeah, that was ended up being this lady ended up watching everything on TV. She showed up at the Publix at Chickasaw and Lake Under where we were at. Pulled me aside for an hour and 20 minutes. I'm sitting in this lady's car, and she told me about these, where she lives at in Chiliota. There's 4 families that are trying to run a daycare center, and they're moving children around continuously.
Yeah, you told me, yeah.
You know, even before I got in this lady's car, first thing she said, well, you can call me Sally. I said, what's your name? Just you can call me Sally. I said, what's your name? Tell me specifically what your name is. So we went back and forth for a couple minutes. She said, well, you're the girl. I said, but who are you? Finally, I said, listen, just show me identification, show me driver's license, something like that. I pull a piece of paper out and a pen that I have in my pocket. I'm writing this lady's stuff down. She says, oh, I am who I am. I said, ma'am, I've never met you. I don't know you. But you said you have some information about my granddaughter? Great. About 10 minutes of our conversation, she has everything written down. She's writing stuff down. She's drawing a map. I said, tell you what, why don't you drive me to where my granddaughter's at? Oh, I can't do that. But if you live on the same street and you have information, why wouldn't you want to take... I can recognize my granddaughter just like that. Her motions, I know how tall she is, what she look, I know everything about her. Oh, I can't do that. If I drive down the street, it's going to alert everyone. Everyone's gonna, yeah, and everyone's going to think, oh, she's got another man or something. I wouldn't get next to this woman if you paid me. That's how... But I guess what I'm getting to is, everything I kept on talking to her about for that hour and 20 minutes with her, I'd keep on stopping her and say, wait a minute, go back to this a second. Tell me a little bit more about it. I could never get anything more than what she gave to me, what she showed me, what she drew to me. And I asked her about my daughter's car. It's white. I said, okay, do you have no kind of car it is? No. I said, do you know how many doors it has on it? No, but it has something black on the front. Well, it's been on TV long enough. It's a white car with a black front on it. I said, is there anything else that you can remember? Oh, yeah, I saw your daughter on this particular day. What day did you see her? Oh, it was June 20th. What time did you see her? Oh, between 6:30 and 6:45 at night. She was driving at high rate of speed to go over to this lady's house and screaming for Caylee. I'm like, pardon me? Go back again. I said, okay. I said, is there anything else about my daughter's car that you can distinguish? You know, what was my daughter wearing that day? I mean, because this lady supposedly watches the neighborhood with binoculars, and she's constantly writing stuff down. Here she is, she's watching the news, what's going on, and she's formulating a story for herself. And the only reason I bring that up is because Seminole County Sheriff's Department and the Orange County Sheriff's Department go out there pretty religiously. Because this lady believes she's seeing children, believing she's this, believing that. And I want to believe her. Right. Believe me, deep inside. I wanted to take off and drive. I wanted to go with her. She didn't want to take me. But then again, I got to do the responsible thing. I got to turn it into
right.
the powers that be and have them do their thing. And as soon as I called Sergeant Allen with the information I got, he said, what's her name? I said, her name is Roxy. He says, George, we'll check into it, but I'm going to tell you right now. He said, I can tell you day by day what we've done. He said, we've got a file on this because of all this stuff. I'm like, you know, you want to believe, you try to believe, and you know, I still want to go out and look around myself.
Yeah.
I'm sure I don't know if my wife told you, but Blanchard Park in Orlando is something else that's came up. Suppose this is a scenario that Jesse held my daughter down when someone grabbed my granddaughter. Blanchard Park comes up again. I don't know. I don't know. Do I want to go out there and look and watch? Sure. Then the Zenaida thing came up in here. You know, Zenaida supposedly was there with Caylee and Casey. Zenaida held my daughter down, and her sister Samantha took our granddaughter and left with her. I don't know. This is all just speculation. Names thrown out there again. Again, it boils down is my daughter knows what's going on, and she's not saying a word. It boils down to all that. We keep on going round and round, and still the center is right there, and it's frustrating.